it would be no love in you. If I did it all again, I would give like 10%.
Hey my loves, so welcome back to my YouTube channel of Unique Lyric. And some people were wondering, so this video is going to be an hour-long video. I'm watching Stitches So Cool in the back. Okay, so on why I quit Whataburger, so I kind of like gave y'all like a little rundown in my last hour-long video before I had basically did like the bubble bath and stuff like that, because that was actually like my first hour-long video on my channel, which is like good. So now y'all did like very good on that video. I love the feedback and everything. I love when you guys give me feedback, and you guys love when I come to YouTube and I just basically just talk to y'all. So basically, when I had first started off at the job, and like in this video I'm gonna give y'all like details on like what would happen at the job and things that go on at the job, and like basically just everything. So basically, when I first started off, I had started off with a different hiring manager. We can call his name D. So D had hired me, and I had felt like I had messed myself up because I was working at one job and the pay was very horrible. So I had left there, but it took me so long. It took me like 2 weeks before I had actually got 2 weeks, or almost a month before I had actually got another job, because of the simple fact that me, when I like something, or when I like working in a certain area, or when I like working in a certain area that I'm used to, that's what I'm gonna stick to. But that field wasn't really paying enough, and they had got too comfortable being on a boat where, oh, we're cutting hours. So it was like, it was no way I was going back. So my mom was like, okay, you should work at fast food. But I had wanted to work somewhere that, had got paid weekly, and, you had got paid like a good amount of money weekly. So basically, when I first started, D had hired me, but my previous job, I actually had got paid more than what I had said in the interview at this job that I had just recently quit. So I felt like I had kind of messed myself up, but I had already knew that, this job had kind of gave raises if you were a good worker. So I was like, you know what, it's okay. I'm getting a raise, so it ain't really nothing much to really like tussle and get mad about. So I had started working, and he was kind of like a bad trainer. I had did cashier at all my other jobs, so like I had did cashier at this job as well, which cashier is a drive-through. So I had did window for like, Lord Jesus, I had did window for like probably like 4 or 5 months straight. Come in your shift, clock in, wash your hands, say, hey, everybody, good morning, and get in your position. And mind you, Whataburger fast food is very, 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 very packed. In the morning shifts usually have like 16 people max. Everybody has a position. Somebody's on grill, somebody's on board, 2 people is on board making food. There's a gator person, there's an order taking person, there's a window person, there's a drink person, there's a fire station person. There's, matter of fact, if it's full people, there's 2 front counter people. There's there's like a order taken out like person, like the gator person. After the board people finish with the food and it's a dine-in, they put it on a tray. Once they put it on a tray, the gator person will give it to the taken out person that just basically just stands in front of front counter, and she'll take the food out to the people and stuff like that. And she'll be like, order number something something, and then she'll basically get the little tag, which is like whatever number it is, and she'll put it back on front counter. And that's basically how everything went. But I was on window for like 4 to 5 months. But once he was like basically trying to start training us on like making orders and stuff, he basically was like the type of person where he think that you just know it, so he wants you to do it. But I was so confused, and I don't like being confused and all over the place. I'm the type of person where I like to know what I'm doing. I like to know what I'm doing so I can get it done and I could be the best at what I'm doing. He taught us so horrible. Like, it was just like, he taught us, like, it was like he trained us one day, and then next thing you know, we had got a new GM, and as soon as the new GM had got in, she sent him to another store because she didn't want him at our store. So it was just like, dang. Back on window I go. So I was on window for like, probably a couple more months or whatever, right? Mind you, in the morning, window wasn't bad at all. I loved window, but once it had got to the point where it was just like, you're kind of like forcing people to fill out surveys that they honestly don't want to fill out. I was like the type of person where, like, honestly, window would irritate me, but like I wasn't the type of person. Mind you, I was a good worker. I knew what I had to do. I knew how to do it, and I knew how to do it quickly. But I wasn't that fake type of worker where I was gonna sit there smiling my whole shift and act like there's nothing wrong with me. Because at the end of the day, I'm a person that have feelings, and I am obligated to feel how I feel at the end of the day. So I wasn't going to stand there and be fake, because listen, I cannot be fake for long. Like, I'm such a real and straight to the point, bold type of person. Like, I have to tell you how I feel and I have to let you know what it is really quickly, because I can't be fake. And honestly, customers will make you so livid. And it's like you still have to sit there at the window and smile. Hee hee ha ha. No, I'm mad. And you would come across so many customers, so many different customers. I mean, dirty customers, nasty customers. Now you may even come across the most cleanest, smelling good customers, but that was just so rare. That was just so rare. Like, oh Lord, the stuff that we would see and the stuff that would basically go on, like we would be at the job, and some customers would come through the drive-through, and we would like have bonds with, because like they started a good conversation, but some customers come to the speaker yelling, and if you get one thing wrong, they yell and they want to start an argument, and now your day messed up. Now you're gonna be mad at every other customer that comes through the drive-thru. Now your day ruined, because it's very easy to get your day ruined working in fast food. So when I would work on the mornings, I understand that there would be some bad people and stuff like that. Okay, so like I was saying, I understand like it would be like some bad people and stuff like that, but different shifts literally was like a different vibe. It was like a different vibe, and the customers was like totally different. Like, I worked on morning shift for like a long time, because I worked there for like a year. So I worked there for I worked at Whataburger for probably like a year and like, I could say like 3 weeks or almost a month. But I worked on morning shift, which was like morning and evening, and sometimes night. Like you'll get off at 9 or 10, if you're in school and stuff like that. For like a couple months or whatever, which that really wasn't bad. But when I had graduated and got in college, I was going to switch to overnight. And when I had switched to overnight, because I felt as if overnight was going to be a good schedule for me because I was online. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna work 10 at night to 6 in the morning. Me thinking that this is so great. When I tell you, not gonna lie to you, that was probably one of the worst decisions in my whole life that I've ever made. Mind you, I don't usually make bad decisions like that or wrong decisions like that. But like, when I tell you, it went from you working with 16 people or a full shift to 3, 4, 2, or maybe just you and a manager. Mind you, it got old very quickly. Not even gonna lie, this is like the blunt and honest truth. It got old very quickly. Like, imagine you working with just you and a manager, or you and a manager and another coworker, right? Mind you, it's 2 coworkers and 1 manager. The whole Whataburger is packed. I mean, like, teen night packed. And what I mean by teen night, at Whataburger, we have these things called teen night, where people would come from a club and come to Whataburger and flood Whataburger. I mean, flood the drive-thru, flood the inside, and would want their food under 5 minutes, like it's just a morning shift. Morning shift has people, they have no other reason but to get, they don't really have no reason to be getting orders out late. You know what I'm saying? But overnight, we have every reason to. Literally, it would make your head explode. On overnight, honestly, it was just no fakeness anymore. It was just blunt, honest truth. Like, can you wait? Like, like a customer be like, ma'am, can I have sweet tea? Or somebody come in, ma'am, my fries aren't fresh. Or somebody's at the drive-thru. Oh my God, I need ketchup. All y'all gonna wait. It's no more, okay, ma'am, okay, I'll be there. No, all y'all finna wait. All y'all finna wait, And if any one of y'all mad about it, go tell my manager, because I don't care. I'll leave today. It turns from being so nice to just raw, doggish. I mean, mad at this point, because think about it. It's so much you got to go through. Like, you got to push out orders. Somebody's making the orders. And then it's like, you pushing out orders. You got to deal with people in the drive-thru. You got to make drinks. And it's like, you got to drop this, drop that. Attend the front counter, and then attend to people's attitudes. It's like, if the customers could be calm, the whole shift and everything that's going on probably could be better. But when you have over 100 people, put it like that, over 100 people just going at it, like, people come up, oh my God, I've been waiting over 30 minutes. Where is my food? And it's like, bruh, go sit down. And then one thing I hate is when they sit there and stare at you, and it's like they think that staring at you is gonna make their food come faster. One thing that they learned about when I was working there is, you're not finna rush me. You're not finna rush me. And one thing about me, I'm gonna go back and forth with you. I don't care. You're not finna rush me, and you're not finna make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I'm gonna make your food how I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna give it to you when I'm gonna give it to you. But I'm not finna make you wait, extremely, extremely long. But one thing you're not finna do is be disrespectful and make it seem like I'm making your food, like I'm making you wait for your food so bad, and I'm making your food terribly wrong, And then I hate those customers that will sit and lean on front counter and stare at you making a food. Like, go do something else. Go sit down. Go to your car, come back. Like, that's one of them. That's, if you don't know and you're a customer that goes to Whataburger or goes to anywhere, that bothers people. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, when y'all sit in the drive-thru for almost 5 to 10 minutes and we come to the drive-thru and we open the door and ask, you know, what can I help you with? And you were like, oh, I just need ketchup. There's ketchup at HEB. You can get a whole big thing for like $5. But you rather hold up the whole line just for some ketchup? The complaining bothers people. Like, honestly, if you're a customer, you know, and I'm talking to y'all like, you know, one-on-one, that bothers people. Like, people mental health in there be so bad because of the simple fact they gotta come and deal with BS customers every day. I mean, mental health is a -0. You know, a -0 because of the simple fact that they have to deal with BS customers, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that at all. And I just feel as if, y'all, I was like checking something on my phone. I honestly just feel as if customers were better, or if customers, you know, talked to people better and ordered calmly and understood what they go through in the back, then I think that a lot of people would be better. Like, people's mental health working, you know, at Whataburger would be better. They would have more positive attitudes. They would work better. They would actually want to work. They would actually want to come to work. It wouldn't really be as much attitude, back and forth, fighting, arguing, you know, because a lot of people don't even want to come to work because they know they finna deal with some bull crap every single day. Like, you come across so many nasty people. I mean, like, hands filthy, dirty. That's why one thing about me when I was there, I always changed my gloves because, like, I never really wanted to touch dirty people. And it's like, you can get sick from that. And I don't know how many times that place and the people that's there has caught COVID over and over and over. And I say thank the Lord, because one thing I do, I pray with me and I pray with my family and I pray over, you know, my boyfriend and his family and all of that, you know, because sickness is not it. It takes a toll on your body, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, y'all, it can get very hectic very quickly, and that's really not a job for everybody. Working in fast food, you know, fast food period, but mainly this topic is about Whataburger. You have to have all the patience in the world. So if you're the person that doesn't really have patience, or if you're right now thinking about applying at Whataburger, if you don't have the patience, don't do it. I mean, if you just in that life crisis to where, like, you need the money, I mean, it's good money weekly. So, I mean, I say go for it. But me, that job tests you. Like, and I'm not even gonna cap to you, when it has so many people out in the drive-thru and in front counter and fry station, and it's like the customers are going off, and then it's like, okay, when they going off, now it's like the manager's oh, well, let me get on board and help you. So you saying that I'm going slow and you think that you can go faster than me? And it's like, okay, I understand I'm in an orange shirt and you in a striped t-shirt and pay is different, but we all human. You're not gonna go faster than me. I understand you can help me push out these orders, but like, they make it seem like you so slow because it can already be 2 people on board doing the best that they can. It's like, okay, let me come over here and, you know, push y'all out the way and make it seem like I'm faster. Like, you're not faster than both of us. And it's like, I hate when they get all in your way and it's like, oh, Come on now. It's like a lot of things that irritates each person in there. And it's like when more customers come in, and it's like, I understand when more customers come in there, probably like nice and stuff like that. But when the rude customers come in there, it makes the whole entire environment, the vibe, everything go to -0. Like, we don't even want to be there anymore. We don't even want to basically take your order, give you your food or anything. It's basically like, here, go about your business. I don't even want to say you're welcome or anything like that, because of the simple fact of how things go. And that's just, with just fast food, period. But literally, like, we would bump heads. I know I'm probably be all over the place, but I'm just basically trying to touch everything, like, about like what goes on at Whataburger. And the drama with Whataburger, when I tell you, it have so many employees that do things, and it's like, do things that is wrong, and that's wrong, and it's like they get away with it, and it's like, that's not fair. They have a policy to where you have to call in 5 hours in advance. It's more than a handful of people there that honestly never calls out 5 hours in advance. And the policy is, if you don't call out 5 hours in advance, it's basically a write-up. And after 3 write-ups, you're fired. A lot of people there has not been fired. Basically should have been fired. It's a man that works there. He works in the morning or whatever, and he's old. He's like almost like 60 something, and he is so petty. When I tell you petty, and nobody there likes to work with him. Honestly, I don't like to work with him at all. He would throw dishes when he's mad. He would slam cooler doors when he's mad. He would hit the board when he's mad. When he come in at 5 a.m, and we supposed to have everything, done and ready before, they get in or whatever, which, it could be done, or sometimes we could be running late. So I'll have sausage egg mix done, regular egg mix, bob egg, sausage patties, bacon, and biscuits done before 5 o'clock. So everything's fresh before 5 o'clock. This man will come in and throw everything away and remake it. Or it's a day that we're running late and I don't have eggs or anything like that, and now I have to switch a position because somebody else had to leave early, so now I have to get out of that position and switch to another position. He would get so mad that there's no bob eggs or sausage patty, and he would slam it and then go tell the manager like, oh my god, there's no sausage patty. So the manager will come to you and be like, Lyric, can you make sure before you leave? No, you're not finna Lyric make sure before you leave nothing, because at the end of the day, I'm in a different position now. If I didn't have time to do something, his grown needs to step up to the plate and just do it. Like, don't complain about something just so little. Like, just go ahead and do it and get it over with. Like, it's not that serious. And he would talk about literally everybody and everything, and he would get mad because, like, say if he would talk about my friends and say something about my friends, I would step in and say something like, don't talk about them, because at the end of the day, they're not here to defend them. They're not here to defend themselves or say anything to you about it. So don't say nothing about it. And he would just get quiet for the rest of the shit because of some fact that he know that he's wrong. He know that he didn't spoke on a situation that he wasn't supposed to speak on. And honestly, he would get away with so much stuff. And it's like, to say that we had got a new person that's over the general manager, and I guess that he's supposed to be basically watching cameras all the time. To say that he's supposed to be watching cameras all the time, I don't understand how that man is not fired because of the things that he do and how he talks to people and how he treats people. Like, my friend had got hired or whatever, and she would try to help out and, help out on board. And he would basically like try to push her off a board and be like, oh, get off a board, I can do it by myself. But then when they actually had a conversation with him and the manager, and somebody else had a conversation in the office, he basically was like, oh, well, I can't do more than 2 things at one time. But when somebody's over there to help you with your area, you act like it's just Like, you could just, you're a big and bag, you can do it. You know, I can do it by myself, I'm gonna push you off. But as soon as they go, oh, I can't do this by myself, he's a grown man and he acts like he's 10. I've never in my life worked with nobody like that. That man don't act like a man. I just don't like it. I didn't like working with him. I did it for as long as I can. I held it out for as long as I can, but I did not like working with that man. And let's get on the overnight manager, the one that I didn't like. This lady was she was just so horrible. She knew how to run a shift, but she didn't know how to talk to people. She didn't know how to treat people. As soon as she would turn your back, she would talk down on you. She would talk about you. She would talk about you to somebody else, especially if you're not working on that shift and you're probably home. And she wouldn't expect your friends to come back and tell you. She would talk about the general manager. She would talk about everybody in there. It would literally be so much going on. Like, she would do something wrong and she would try to cover it up, and then she would do something wrong and try to cover it up and then make it seem as if she did something right instead of something wrong. But the whole time she's covering it up, and it's like she'll try to cover everything up just so she won't get in trouble. And it's like, you too old for that. Like, you're finna hit 60 yourself. Like, when I tell you everything in the book is wrong with this lady, and God forgive me, but this is so true. Like her legs always hurting, her back always hurting. She got so many stomach problems. Like, it's so crazy. But then again, at the end of the day, I just think that it's just her karma because of the simple fact that she literally does not know how to treat people, talk to people. It's just like, she'll scream at you, and it's just, no, honestly, when it had came to us and when she had met us, she kind of had stopped screaming because of the simple fact, like, me, I hit you in your neck. Stop playing with me. I hit you directly in your face screaming at me. Don't scream at me. You know? But you just got to put your foot down. And I feel like people that was actually bold, she wasn't really like that too. But people that she feel as if she could be that way too, she was. But like, she would talk about so many things that just needed to be at home, like her sexual activity with her husband, and how she would have to throw up, or how she would have diarrhea, or how she would pass gas. Like, she just felt as if she was just that comfortable to talk about things like that. It's like, no, lady, that is very uncomfortable, and we don't want to hear any of those type of conversations. Like, she would literally describe in details on how she would have intercourse with her husband. Like, that is so dirty. Like, I don't want to hear that. I'm not cool with you. You was not in my age range. You was almost 60 years old. I don't understand. I don't want to know how the details on how you do things with your husband. Like, that is just so nasty. Like, she just felt as if the things that were just out of the box, she just felt like she could just talk to us about. Like, no, like, I don't know how many times I told you, I don't want to hear about that. Like, I'm not your friend. I'm here to work, get my paycheck, and go home. Like, when I tell you, it was just so many odd things that happened at that place, and it was just like, oh my God, like, the lady was just so dirty. She would talk about how she would have yeast infections, and not even, you know, just coming from somebody that you don't even just know like that. And it's just like, why would you tell me something like that? And y'all, it would just be so crazy and so nasty. Like, the lady, I've never worked with a manager like that a day in my life. She's so dirty. She's so bogus. Y'all, I just don't understand, and I wouldn't ever work with her again. I don't like that lady. No, I just don't like that lady. I only tolerated that lady because I had to tolerate that lady. But other than that, y'all, I had left because of, you know, her, and I really couldn't switch shifts how I really wanted to switch shifts. And she was just too much. Like, it could be a calm, cool, calm, collected shift or whatever, and she's gonna make a problem out of something. Like, if you don't do things as fast as you want it to get done, if you don't do things as fast as she wanted, she's gonna get mad. She's gonna be like, oh, I need gravy. And it's like, okay, you doing this right here, so you gotta finish what you doing first, then go do the gravy. But she expects you to drop everything and go get it done. And if it's not done, she's gonna get mad. I remember she tried, it's like with her, she's always the type to where if you don't do nothing how she likes it, she's just gonna try to send you home. Me, I'm bold. You finna make me go home. You gonna have to force me to go home because I'm not going home. I don't care. I'm not going home. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ignore you for the rest of the shift. That's what I'm finna do. Yeah, I'm gonna hear you and I'm gonna do what you say, but I'm gonna ignore you for the rest of the shift. As far as if you're talking about anything other than the work, I'm ignoring you. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna look exactly at what I gotta look at, make my orders, and I'm gonna ignore you. I'm not gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows she's an evil person. She knows what she does is wrong, but she thinks that everything that she does is right, and she's never wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I give it a couple months. She won't be there for long. She honestly just digging her own hole. Like, literally, it has been a whole shift that has walked out on her. It has been an employee that used to work there before that almost put his hands on her. Like, y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if a dude was to come in there and dog walk that lady. She treats employees, and she was literally the reason on why a dude had got fired, just because of some fact that she didn't like how the dude operated and what the dude did. So she basically just got him fired. You know, it was like a bunch of wicked things that had went on and a bunch of just wrong things that had went on. And I honestly had got enough of it, because at the end of the day, enough is enough. And I feel as if I have to remove myself from situations that I feel as if it's going to go wrong and it's going to put me in a predicament that I don't need to be in, or put me in a place that I don't want to be in. So to keep myself out of trouble and to keep myself from going left instead of, you know, continuing to go on the right path that I'm going on, I had quit. Because I am grown now. I've, you know, did a bunch of growth, healing in a lot of things. So it's just like, it was time to step away. I mean, yeah, like, I miss working there and stuff like that, but I just had to get a job where better pay, way better pay. I mean, like, better pay to the point where you're able to live off, which is a blessing. And I just had to, like, remove myself from that environment. It was so toxic. Like I said, people, mental health in there was just so horrible, to the point where, like, people wouldn't even want to function. People would be so tired to the point where they didn't even want to function. It was just horrible and just crazy. But if you're starting fast food or Whataburger, I wish you the best of luck. And all I gotta say is pray before every shift, because that's literally the only reason why I ever got through half of the shifts that I have got through. But I'm gonna let you know this: it's not worth it. It's not worth it if you are applying at Whataburger, or if you already work at Whataburger. It's really not worth it at all. And that's just honestly me being straight honest. That's the honest truth with this whole entire video that I made on why I quit Whataburger and the things that happen at Whataburger. And it's crazy. Like, we have had, like, more events, like we have a bar right in front of us, so, like, people would come into Whataburger having fights. We would have wrecks in the drive-through. Somebody had put their car in reverse and ran into the little oil area because he was drunk. We thought somebody was gonna rob us one night because they were just so drunk, and it was so crazy. We had another fight that happened where this dude was basically finna get jumped by like over over 10 people. Come to find out that he has started the fight. People throw up in a restroom because they don't know their liquor tolerance. Homeless people sleep everywhere, all in the lobby. The homeless people shoot up crack, do heroin, and expect you to give them all the money in the world just so they can go back and run and do the drugs again. Y'all, that place is one of the most dirtiest places I've ever worked at, because of the simple fact that it's so much that goes on there, and it's like, that's why a lot of people get sick so much. But I mean, it was what it was, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's basically all I honestly had to say about like why I quit Whataburger and like all the events that happened. You know, another thing before I go, the man that basically hired me, D, come to find out that he was actually a pedophile, and he would talk to younger girls. And you know what's crazy, I would wonder why he would always like get close to me, and you know, get close to my mom, get close to my dad and stuff like that. He never put his hands on me, because at the end of the day, I'm the type of person, I'm not finna let you even get that close to me, you know. But it was just like weird activities that would go on, like he would be like, oh my god, Lyric, why are you not sitting with me, and listen, he never like went really over the line, but it was just like those little suspicious things that would happen that just make you seem like, what are you doing, you know? But other than that, that's like really everything that happened, and basically why I had quit Whataburger and stuff like that. But I hope you guys basically enjoyed this almost 50-minute video or 30-minute video or whatever it is. And I'm gonna be back with more bangers, so like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, my loves.
It would be no lie.